Hey guys, what's up? It's Emily. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm put out new videos every Tuesday and Friday, and I've really been getting into the book content recently. On a recent video, I vlogged me reading the first book of the ACOTAR series, and you can check that out here somewhere. I read it in like 3 days. I immediately bought the whole box set like 2/3 of the way into this book. I was like, I need to read this whole series. I finished the first one last night, so I'm starting the second book of the series, A Court of Mist and Fury, today. This will be a spoiler-free reading vlog, by the way. I explained on the last one a lot, like I really am not a fantasy reader. Like as a kid, I read a lot of fantasy books. I read Harry Potter, Series of Unfortunate Events, Twilight, all of those series, but as an adult, I really have yet to get into fantasy. I was like, I'm not gonna like this, and I was so wrong. I breezed through it. It was such an easy read. The world building was very easy, made sense, didn't feel like world building. Everything felt like plot driven. Anytime they explained something about the world, like I was genuinely like curious about it and like wanted to know more based on where the plot was, if that makes sense. So if you are like me and like you haven't read a lot of fantasy and you want to start, maybe give the first ACOTAR book a try. These books are long. It is a booming good morning, boys and girls. 624 pages. I'm really excited to get into this and kind of get into this new journey that this character is going through. I would also say if you haven't read any of these books and you're like thinking about reading the first one, don't read the back of any of the other books, because I read the back of this book before I finished the first book and it gave something away, so don't do that. Oh my god, isn't that just like the best? Oh yes. Okay, I'm gonna get reading. We have a problem. Okay, so I'm getting ready to go to this gala. I know it sounds very fancy, but the truth is I have a comp ticket because Jean-Luc is working the gala as an audio engineer. So I'm fake as f***. I want to bring my book on the train with me, but I don't want to bring this huge bag to a gala. It looks like it's gonna be a no. I am an Aries, so if anyone can make this happen, it's me or Mary Poppins. Can I get away with it? Can I show up to a gala like this? I really want to. It looks fine from here. I don't think it's gonna work. It's like a 45-minute train ride, and so like I want to fucking read my fucking book. I must have another bag that would be appropriate. I don't think I do. Not one that goes with this dress, and not one that's like big enough to fit the book, but not too big to take with me. You know what? Fuck it, I don't give a fuck. I'm bringing it with me, just like this. Yeah, I brought my book in my little bag. And in true Emily fashion, I am ready 45 minutes early, so now I can just read, but feel like very fabulous doing so. I do kind of just want to watch Housewives, though, I'm not gonna lie. I just spent a lot of time reading, and you know what? Sometimes when you read a series, you do have to take like a little PTO and just, you know, watch a little reality TV, bring yourself back, humble yourself, and then get back into it on the train, which I think that's what I'm
gonna do. You're on this end. You're on this end.
Fuck.
Yes.
What did you do? I want to do both so badly.
You don't. What did you do, Tina? You got 2 of them?
been a day. I don't know where we will be when this video is uploaded, but this was like the first day in New York, hopefully the last, where it was just like, it looked like the apocalypse outside. Like it got super dark. It was like a red, orange, and like thankfully Jean-Luc got new air conditioning filters like 2 weeks ago. So, you know, we're safe, we're feeling good here, but it's been like a really depressing day. But I've been working all day, and now I really do feel like getting a little reading in is just gonna kind of help me feel better. Okay, so I'm about 100 pages in, and this is a spoiler-free vlog, but I just want to say, I love the trope of like, well, I just love in general, even just in life, how people who tend to present as like morally sound are actually like morally corrupt, and people that might come off as an asshole on the surface are actually really, really good people inside. And there's definitely that dynamic going on, and I think it's going to be explored a lot more. The character of Rysand, I think, I'm obsessed with him. I think he's such a troll, and I love the whole dynamic. I love the dynamic between Rysand and Tamlin. I love the dynamic between Rysand and Feyre. I'm really into the politics of this book. It's like so on the nose without being on the nose, if that makes sense. And I'm really like kind of a geek for it. So I'm really, really enjoying this so far, and I just want to keep reading, but I just wanted to give you an update. Also, one thing I'll say, and this is true from the first book as well, I think the dialogue in this is written so well, even just like it being in the first person, Feyre's like inner dialogue, but also all the characters have such specific well-paced dialogue that are specific to each character and just kind of move as a whole. Like, I think it's gonna be such a good TV series, and I want to be in it so badly. That's like, it's giving Horcrux. I see where both Tamlin and Rysand are coming from so far. Like, even though there are things that they've both done that I don't love, I don't think either one of them so far are like coming from a bad place, which is why I think this is going to be so interesting, because they're very, very complex characters. I'm such a geek. Also, I'm sorry for the air conditioning noise, but like, I've got to have clean air. It's like quite literally an emergency. Thank you. Thank you for your understanding. It is so annoying how nobody tells Feyre anything that's going on in the Spring Court. Like, it is so annoying after what she did in the first book to just like not have the decency to give her the courtesy of like letting her know what's up, how she's affected, what people are trying to do to her. And I know it's to protect her, but it's like she earned a say in like what she does and how she lives her life. And it's just really, really frustrating that like no one is letting her know what's going on. It's like, that's the reason why she's in the mental state that she's in. It seems like her nightmares don't really happen when she's not in the Spring Court. I think they stopped when she wasn't there. It kind of is symbolic of like when something happens to you that's traumatic or whatever, or even just like you have feelings to work through, like the people around you need to like empower you to talk about it and to work through it and like make your own decisions and like know what's happening around you. Otherwise you're literally gonna go crazy. It's just so frustrating. I don't know if these people think that they're like older and wiser, but honestly I don't think any of them could have done what Feyre did in the last book. So it's just like, show a little respect. She should also know, especially because she's not around them all the time. There are times when she's basically, for like their intents and purposes, on her own. So it's like, why wouldn't you let her know for her own safety what's actually going on? Like, how is, and maybe this will be explained later, but it's like, how is keeping stuff from her supposed to protect her when you're not around her? It's just fucking stupid. With all due, Tamlin, it's Farrah's choice. I don't know why you think that you have the right to make these decisions for her. Like, that makes me not want them to get married. Like, if you can't let your partner in on what's happening and like be able to make their own decisions for themselves, it's like, fuck off. Just want to say, Team Court of Dreams, hardcore. I hope they don't disappoint. Okay, so I am getting into part 2, which is, what is it? House of Wind? The House of Wind, yeah. I'm on page like 200 and something. So in my first reading vlog for the first book, I was like, I don't want to read this, or like I'm nervous to read this because world building, I don't have patience for it. And like, I would say the past 20 pages were like world building pages, and I'm not super mad about it. I don't think it's gonna last much longer, and I know it's necessary, but those, like the last few pages I read took me so long. It's cool, again, not mad about it, but now I'm kind of tired and I'm gonna go get a bagel. Okay, so I'm on chapter 22, page 236 now. Just like the symbolism in this book is amazing. Like having a female heroine, protagonist, or realize she's coming into her power, and just like, I love the theme about coming into your power and like being around people choosing to be around people who encourage that and aren't afraid of that, especially as like a woman. Like there's this one part, I actually took a picture of it. It was just on page 226 at the top. If you know, I'm into it. So I'm gonna just update my people about what's happening in the book. As I mentioned before in my first reading vlog for the first book, my favorite character, or the character that resonated with me most, was Nesta, in the sense that like I'd really want to play her, but she was a very, very small character in the first book. We're on page like 250 basically. She's back in the plot line. I just see glimmers of like where perhaps her arc can be heading, and it's making me very excited. I'm like super happy that she's back in the picture so we can pick up with her story. Bulbous, are you team Spring Court or team Night Court?
I would say Night Court.
Yes! Hell yeah. That's the right answer. I knew I picked a winner. So I am packing for a little weekend getaway. Jean-Luc and I are going on this artist retreat. I'm wearing this shirt so much. You know when you have the one thing in your wardrobe that you just kind of wear all the time for like a month? And it's like never even that great. It's just like a pink tank top, but this is it for me. I think I wore this exact outfit in one of my other videos, but never mind. Anyway, I am packing to go on this like little, I guess, retreat sort of thing where a bunch of people who a lot of us have never met are basically just gonna like split into teams and like write a song, produce the song, and then make a music video in like basically 48 hours. So we all have like different backgrounds and different skill sets, so I think it'll be really fun. I have actually no idea what to expect or really like what my role is going to be in it, so we'll see. I think I'm going to do some more reading. I feel like pretty swiftly making my way through this. I'm on page 350, chapter 36. We're like in the summer court if you've read the book. Somebody commented on my first vlog for the first one and said to make sure to get my reaction. I think I'm on chapter like 56, chapter 54 and 55 at the very end of the book. So that's like around page like 520. So I have a little 180 pages to go before that. I'm either thinking, I hear this book is very spicy and I have not gotten to any of the spicy part, so I'm thinking that like maybe that's what that is, or it could just be something that's like really crazy plot wise. I haven't a clue, but I will definitely pick that up. So I feel like this is definitely like we're in Act 2, like the plot is progressing. It's actually about to get kind of, I think, exciting. They just got to the cottage that's like in the water or whatever. If you know, you know. I don't know what's gonna happen there, but it's looking like some stuff might happen. So I love the color of this book. Like it's so aesthetically pleasing, and like especially for a fantasy book, no offense, but I think a lot of fantasy book covers are like hideous. And like this and this, like, are you kidding? Like this pink, I love it. I'm like, I love these together, and there's a light blue one. I just love it. I'm gonna try to finish it this weekend. I will be on this retreat, so if I wasn't going on this thing, I probably would finish this one, and also at least get like make good progress on Wings of Ruin on the third book. The first book, everyone says, has a lot of world building, and then this book is like very plot driven. I actually feel the opposite. Like I felt like the first one, like the world was very simple, and in this one the world is expanding so much. Like there's so many other characters, so many other places, so many other rules, so many other like things happening. I don't mind it, but like there are definitely sections that move a little slower for me just because they're not as like plot driven. I feel like it makes the plot like really pay off when you get there, because I don't know if that makes sense. I'm gonna shut up. Shut up and read. This kind of reminds me of Harry Potter in the sense that like the protagonist, Farah, and like her people, similar to like Harry, Ron, and Hermione, it's like they just keep winning in like the most kind of impossible circumstances. You're like, this is so unrealistic that like they would have gotten out of X, Y, and Z. Definitely feel that way, like in a big way about Farah. She'd probably be dead by now. You know what I mean? Okay, I just woke up and I look bad, but I read chapter 40 and I was obsessed with the speech that Moore gave to the queens. I just thought it was so clever, like saying, like, I knew your ancestors and they'd be ashamed of you. The contrast of seeing people that have lived for so much longer than even like the oldest humans and the wisdom that comes with. History is just so important to learn from. Here in like real life, we just always repeat the same mistakes over and over again. And it's just, I don't know. I'm still having my coffee, but I just thought it was such a beautiful speech. I almost started crying, but then I was like, don't do that. I barely got any reading done on this trip upstate just because we literally shot like 4 music videos in a day. So I'm really gonna try to just finish it within the next day or 2 and move on to the next book. So, quick thoughts. They just got to the Court of Nightmares. I love more. Like, I just keep loving her more and more. Too many puns. When Rysand, like, enters, like, love it. I'm loving the transformation. Okay, so I'm on page 450. I just got the backstory of, like, Tamlin and Rysand and their families. And I can't say I'm, like, surprised, just, like, based on the nature of the rest of like what I've read so far, but it like really solidifies the way I feel about both of them. This is a spoiler-free vlog, so that's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna keep reading. I also just want to say that I love this like overarching thing of Feyre coming into her powers, claiming them as her own. It's magnifique. Also, I don't know if I've said this enough, but like I love Mor. I don't know if I'd necessarily want to play her. I mean, I would listen if I was cast. I'd do it, but I just really, really love that character and like I want her to be my friend. Another one of those moments where I'm not surprised, but like Lucian in the woods. It's like, oh, like I wasn't expecting it, but I'm like, oh, that makes sense that would happen now. So let's see what happens. Okay, 1, wings, yes. 2, like, if Tamlin's so upset about Feyre, like, he can go fucking look for her himself. Tamlin, throughout everything, this is just another instance, like, he is such a fucking coward. I do not like him, and I don't know if the future of the series will show otherwise, but, like, I'm not a fan. Okay, I just want to say that the whole cave thing happened, and I totally called that what the Surreal, I think that's how you say it, the Surreal said about Rysand. If you know, you know. I called it. But it still made me a little emo when I read it. But I called it. Why is Feyre mad right now? After everything that just happened, I feel like if I were in her position, I'd be like the happiest person in the world. Like, I don't really know what maybe she's triggered by the whole thing with Tamlin. Like, I don't know. But I'm just like, girl, like, get it together. What are you doing? Like, stop throwing a temper tantrum and just like go make out. I understand Feyre's an artist and like needs to go away to process things through her painting, but it's also like someone is hurt and you just left them to like possibly heal. I understand the need to take space and process things emotionally. I just don't think that I would be doing what she's doing right now. Like, I would be with that person. You're gonna go hide and paint? Really? Really?
Wild.
Okay, I just finished chapter 54, and like, as an Italian woman, I love the way the chapter ended. That resonates with me so much on such a spiritual level. It's my tears. Oh, Lisa Single Tear Rinna coming in for the kill. One thing I will say I love about this book, well, I love a lot of things about this book, but like I love how it goes back and forth between this like serious world where there's like a threat of war and we're like dealing with all of these magical creatures and it's like kind of serious. It goes back and forth between that and this like absolute like rom-commy colloquialism and humor, and it's like the combination of those two things makes the humor, like the comedy and like the snugness of it even more funny and like more snug, and like makes the threat of war even worse. Like I think that having those two things balance so well, they like both sides of that spectrum reinforce each other, if that makes sense. I sound kind of heady, but anyway, we keep reading. I'm still on chapter 55. I don't want to like say anything about what it's about, but I hope my reactions, if you have read it, you know. My girl Nesta's back. Page 549. I'm obsessed with Nesta. Like, her screen time in so far has been very small, but I'm obsessed with everything she does. Everything she does. I want to play her so badly. This queen's note is so funny. On page 555. I don't know why, maybe I'm just tired, but I just find that so funny. Oh no. They shouldn't have told the queens. That was so, like, there couldn't have been anything else that they could have told them. I'm on page 562 and like I had a feeling this was gonna happen just because like it makes sense dramaturgically with the setup of everything. You know, the attack. I'm still upset. I don't know if it's because I just woke up and I haven't had my coffee yet, but I'm feeling like so emo. Feeling pretty emo. Emo amazing. We've got tears. Oh god. And makeup from last night that did not come off apparently. Oh yeah, look at that. Wow. I'm not done yet. I'm on chapter. This is a horrible angle. I don't have my glasses on so I can't see what okay. I'm on chapter 60. I thought that the Golden Queen, the way she was described at first in that scene, I thought she was more, and I like freaked out for like 5 seconds, and then it was fine. I'm so emo. I'm so emo. Oh god. This is like the perfect part of the book, like the end of this book, to read when you just wake up and haven't had any coffee. God, Amryn is so cryptic. It's like, what are you talking about? What are you? What is going on with you? Can you just like stop speaking like, oh, things far more dangerous than this? It's just like, what? Just f***ing say it. Okay, this is why I love this book. So they're doing the thing, trying to do the thing. It's chapter 63. And it's like the most high stakes, high tension moment. It's funny. Like, Ryzen just going, you look good for a corpse. I'm just like, how's this book gonna end? What? Oh, okay, that, I guess, I didn't see it coming. It makes sense, but I'm still kind of shocked. I guess that's why I was suspicious about that time in the woods. A little bit. You know, we were all expecting to see this guy again, so this guy's f***ing crazy. This is so stupid. Not the writing, the character. What a piece of utter shit. I don't know how I know that they're gonna get out of this one because they're the main characters. Do you know what I mean? But like when they do get out of this one, it's gonna be a little like, really? I'm honestly like dissociating because I'm so anxious reading this. That's why I should play Nesta. Like I literally like have the worst feeling in the pit of my stomach right now. Oh my god. Wait. This is getting... I'm so overwhelmed. Oh no. Oh no. I don't feel very good about all of this. Okay, Feyre throws up a lot. Oh. So... Whoa. Okay, again. The end of chapter 65. As someone that loves Nesta, you know, as a Nesta stan, loving this arc, it is not disappointing me. Chapter 66. So, like, Lucian. Ugh. Well, that sucked. I hate this. I hate this. I hate it. I hate it. Thanks, I hate it. Thanks, I hate it. I hate this. I hate this. Wait, what? This is all happening so fast. Oh, we're getting the first chapter from Ryson's perspective. Oh, thank God! I was so depressed for a second there. We're back. This is setting up for a great next book here. Oh my God, I love him so much. I love him so much. Oh my God, I have the chills. Last chapter. I feel like Lucian knows what's up, honestly. I feel like Lucian is like on his own plane. Oh, Lucian. I kind of love him. Like, I don't know why yet. I feel like he's gonna prove to us in the next book. Oh my God. Okay, I've gotta like brush my teeth and then I'll wrap up this video. Hi. So, I mean, I think that's it. That's the vlog. Like, I finished the book. I just want to start Wings in Ruin right now, but I do have to kind of start my work day. I hope you guys enjoyed. I think that Mist and Fury is, like, the highest rated book in the series, but I'm really excited to see where this next book goes with this setup. I'm so, as I've been saying this whole time, into the sisters, especially Nesta. Like, I really just knew her arc was gonna be amazing, and it's so far delivering. Even though she's really been like a very small part, I'm obsessed with her. I'm obviously obsessed with Rysand and more. I feel like Lucian's gonna, yeah. Let me just, okay, this is a few spoilers. Not even spoilers, but I'm just gonna talk about the characters and like where they are at the end of the book. So if you haven't read this, just like, bye. Thank you so much for watching. I'm obsessed with Rysand and Faye's relationship, obviously. Although everyone, maybe it was because it was built up so much to me, like the spiciness of it, but I was just expecting it to be, I guess, more frequently. Like there was like one spicy scene that was like very spicy and like one that was like mildly spicy, I guess. Maybe my tolerance for spice is just higher, but I don't know, I was expecting a little bit more, but it didn't disappoint me at all, which is the way people talk about it. I guess because it's so like detailed compared to the first book. I am so ready for like Lucian to just totally betray Tamlin for Elaine. Like I'm so excited for that. I feel like Lucian's always been like his own person, kind of, even though he's been like obedient to Tamlin. Like I feel like he's had his own feelings about things even if he hasn't shared them. So I'm really excited to see perhaps like a Lucian like Feyre alliance in the beginning of the third book. I just love how they were like the High Lady of the Night Court. And that's like Feyre. It's so cool. Obviously obsessed with the two sisters, specifically Nesta. Like when she came out of the cauldron with like power and fury, I was just like, that's my character. I'm really excited, and I'm excited for the fifth book too because I think it's told from her perspective. Yeah, she's giving like Nessa Rose vibes a little bit. I am like slightly confused by the book and the cauldron and like the status of like that situation, just because I was so invested in the relationships at that like end scene at like the king's throne room or whatever, that like the kind of all of that stuff kind of went over my head. So I'm sure it'll be set up in the in the next book. And I just love the ending, how it's like, of course their bond isn't broken. Like, I was honestly devastated when I thought their bond was broken. Absolutely crushed. I'm just so relieved that the trajectory of where it's going isn't that their bond is broken and now she's living with Tamlin, like, actually as his prisoner, but that, like, she is still High Lady of the Night Court. And when Raisin is like, she's my equal, like, I'm just like, oh my god, dream. I'm just obsessed. I guess that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm obsessed. Like, I feel like I'm gonna go on a run now and just think about all of the characters and the dynamic. I will see you in my next vlog, my next reading vlog, which will be the third book, hopefully next Friday, in a week from today, depending on how much reading time I have. Much love to the Night Court. I just look awful. See you later.